when I'm at parties or around campfires. I try not to tell people that I'm a former neuroscientist because they want me to do brain readings as if it were some astrological tarot. I'm not especially tapped into the Akashic records. In fact, I don't really like to mention my academic pedigree nor my scientific background. People tend to worship me. There's no other word for it. I feel like they're kissing my ass. They seem to have given up on their own investigative capacity. So when they see a man of science, or in my case, former man of science, they really kind of lay it on thick. I've thought about introducing myself in different ways, like, yeah, I'm a gay porn star, former gay porn star, not, but that doesn't work either, because then they start to eschew me, recoil. It's best not to introduce myself at all and just show up at occasions and skirt the issue entirely, because I don't want to lie. It's not appropriate to lie. I don't want to be avoidant. I don't even want to go out of my house. I used to bite my nails to the nub. Do I have to go out tonight and tell people I'm a neuroscientist, former neuroscientist? I just want people to accept me for who I am. But when I discard my identity, it's like I'm some Manchurian candidate, sneaking into every single conversation with an ulterior objective. Like you, I want to keep it real. I don't want to show up as if I'm not the real McCoy. I am. I'm the real McCoy. I'm a smart guy. Why do I gotta play so dumb, I wonder? I haven't even figured that out, so am I a smart guy? There was one time I was at a party. I was single at the time. I was checking out this woman, very classy, dame, broad, socialite. She was wearing pearls. Nice necklace of pearls. Big orbs. Classy babe. Classy lady over there. Her silky white dress was more like lingerie. She had her hair up in a nice blonde bun, taking those little sips of her martini with a few olives inside, the blue cheese olives. Oh yeah. And me being me, I go from the extremes, you know? Either I'm at home biting my nails to the nub because I can't go out and act like a liar, or I'm just so blatant, I don't care. You know, the whole world is swirling around me like it's a whirlpool, sudsing up with all these great I don't care. What? You know, there's some nights when I've got this, you know, it's like a horse whip. I don't know what they call them. I picked it up at the thrift store, but I just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh on my own back to just kind of motivate myself to get up and stop with the old, you know, beaver on the nails. Get out there and grab reality by the balls. Except this time it was a silky lady. So I flogged myself quite a bit at home. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. And I had, okay, fine, I'll tell you. I don't care. Tonight I'm in my element. I'm blatant tonight. So what I do is I really get off on how much I flog myself, and there's just a whole stream of blood coming down my back. Yeah. I have to put gauze on it, tape it up, which is hard because it's like this. You know, gotta do that with my back. And when it's all taped up, I go out. I could feel it stinging me all night. It's right across the spine. Yeah, it's right across the spine. So, just being blatant with this woman right here. I don't care. I figure I'm gonna take her to the ends of the earth. Might as well get started with my blatant ogling. She's really going to be turned on when I take her home, and yikes, she feels that gauze on my back and doesn't know what to do, and I'm just going to tell her, hey baby, I whipped myself to come out and find you tonight. That's right, I whipped myself. Now all of this is playing out in my mind. I don't know how this woman's going to respond to me. Again, this is, you know, years ago when I was single. I just want you to know that things have changed for me now. I'm a respectable gentleman, okay? I don't flog myself anymore. I'm a good guy. I'm not blatant. But that was the start of something special, I must tell you. Yeah. If you could see my body posture right here, eventually she notices me. She starts to blush. She knows I'm the real McCoy. Basically, James Bond incarnate. James Caan. Now, my strategy back in the day, simply to stand here and wait for them to respond. How was she going to respond? Let me tell you something. When you whip yourself into a frenzy before you go out to a cocktail party, you're basically getting yourself into that place. Energetically, you subdue the ego by flogging the shit out of it. What I'm doing is I'm flogging the coward. Whipping the coward so he just exits, you know, like some protoplasmic possession, like Slimer in Ghostbusters. He's out. And when that coward has exited my system, I'm Mr. Dominance. Superman. Or General Zod. When General Zod was the shit before General Zod was not the shit, if you know. So I'm Zodding it out over here. I'm total Zod. And that's what you gotta do, because when you're a coward and you flog yourself, you flog out the pussy and you become the Zod. Again, that's, you know, that's, you know, that was the time of day at that night. So I just wait for the response because I'm General Zod, right? I'm probably the greatest badass this woman has ever met, encountered, seen. I'm in her field, she's in my field, she's in my field, mind you. And then, if she turns away and walks away, no loss. If she stands there and just kind of sips on a martini and pretends that she doesn't see me after she sees me, I'll only tolerate that for so long, and then I'll go like this to the woman next to her. And I'll just go around like a clock, the second hand on the clock. I stand in the middle of the party, and everywhere I turn is like a new hour on the clock face. And I'm just staring these ladies down. Because remember, I whipped the shit out of myself before I came here. And if I can tolerate whipping the shit out of myself so the coward just exits, like a demonic possession, then when I come to the party, I'm the man. I'm the man. So then I just kind of all night do this until a woman comes up to me. Now, the truth of the matter is, once you do this for like 5 minutes, or even before that, women start to notice you. And they want you to turn to their number on the clock face, their position. The objective is to get all women coming to you. Now remember, you deserve this because you beat the shit out of yourself before you left the apartment or the house or the condo, whatever, wherever. You deserve it. You know you deserve it because you got rid of all the resistance inside that told you that you were an emasculated male. You got rid of that energy. You expunged it from your self-system. So the most I've ever gotten for women coming to me when I was at the center of the clock face is 9 women. Tonight it's not looking so good. That night, I'm taking myself back. I gotta remember. And then she comes up to me. Yeah. Eventually, what will happen many times is after you stop looking at one broad and you start staring down another broad. And remember, I'm not doing anything other than just giving them my attention. Energy. Now it's intense. It's like a laser focused energy. They've never experienced anything like it. It's pure dominance. Hey, cowboy. Hey, how are you doing? I noticed you looking at me. Then I noticed you weren't looking at me. So I decided to come on over and say hello. Good thing you did. Yep. Now I want you to understand that I have been looking at a lot of women tonight. And a lot of women are gonna come my way. Is that gonna be okay with you? Maybe. Now I want you to know something, big boy. A lot of men have been looking at me tonight. Just like you. And just like you, they were at home flogging themselves, trying to get the fortitude to come out tonight and look down the ladies and find their impress. So you found your impress, big boy. But I'm not gonna stick around unless you've got that special magic. No. You can go. I like that. Yeah, I know you like that. That's so nice. Yeah, it's called no. Oh. Only a no. Give me a no. I'm not giving you anything else. Go. If you come into my presence, you don't mention any other men. You focus only on me. I didn't whip myself for an hour before I came here, just so I could have you walk up to me, sauntering, swaggering, and then mention other men. Who am I? You fucking eunuch? Get out of here. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, you know it's nice because none of these other guys are gonna tell you that. Right, when you walk up to them, they collapse. Yeah, they do, Daddy. They certainly do collapse, but you don't collapse. Keep talking to me dirty like that. I love it. These men, they're not. But you've got something a little extra special. You've got balls. Yeah, because I whipped myself for a pure hour just before I came here. You bet I've got balls. But are you gonna have balls all night or just for a little while? Yeah, that's the real question, isn't it? What are you? Some kind of spider lady? Gonna put your venom in me? Talk to me all silky-like? Spin your web? Sink your fangs in so that I can suffer the venom? No. You gonna let me take you home and marry you, slip a ring on it? No, sir. Good. You're one of those ladies that likes the tension, isn't that right? You love the tension. The tension is everything. Yeah. You're a tension junkie, aren't you? Oh, yes. I am. So tell me something. Are you able to have tension with any of these other men? No, not after walking up to you, big boy. You notice that you call me big boy? What if I called you big girl? How would that feel for you? It's not right, but big boy is. Big boy is right. No, big boy is not right. That's a defense mechanism on your part. You're trying to emasculate me by calling me a boy, even though you prefix it with big. Don't call me anything. God, that's so hot. I totally want to go home with you. I want you to stand there the whole night. And I want you to feel that the whole night. Oh, God. That would be torture. But for you, I think I could. Well, you better. You better, because none of these other men are going to do that for you. In fact, what I want you to do is I want you to stand there. And I want you to think about what I had to do to even get to this point tonight at this party. I want you to imagine me at home, whipping myself, flogging myself to get the courage to come over here and stare down broads like you. I had to annihilate the coward inside. Now I want you to go over there and just talk to these men and see if they actually annihilated the coward inside them. You're going to feel it with your nervous system. And you're going to start to feel that inside you. None of these other men can do what you can do. That's right. That's exactly right. I don't want to leave your presence. Yeah. Well, you are going to have to. Because I want you to understand what they are and what I am. I'm looking to take home one woman tonight. And by the looks of it, I have about 20 women to choose from. The woman who comes home with me is the woman who wants me the most, and isn't afraid to live that desire. Are you afraid to live that desire? Yes. I know. I can sense that because you're playing games. Any woman who plays games is terrified. Absolutely terrified. What you're afraid of is feeling so much desire that you lose your sense of reality. Your whole ego is blasted. And you've got nowhere to call home. You're lost in ecstasy. And you're afraid. You're absolutely terrified that if you leap off the cliff, you'll never grow wings and you'll just splat on the canyon floor. But I can assure you, there's only one woman who's going home with me tonight. It's the woman who can take the leap off the ledge of the canyon. I'll make sure she doesn't go splat. It's so hot. It is hot. It is. It's gonna get a lot hotter when you go around and talk to these others. There's only one alpha male in this room. Find out who he is. Let your physiology tell you who he is. There's only one man in this room who's not pretending. And the woman who goes home with him is the woman who's not pretending. I think you're the one who's not pretending. You don't know that. You think that, but you don't know that. Alright. Okay. How do I know it? You don't know. Or you would simply know. You wouldn't say anything. Time to go. Oh, that's so hot. Yeah, it's hot. Now go. God, that's hot. And that was the last evening I ever tried that. You can imagine how much whipping it took me to get to that point. You know, former neuroscientist turns into Casanova and just stands like a lighthouse in the middle of the cocktail party. Every lost soul tossing and turning at sea coming up to me. Even the men wanted to come. This is what's happened. People have become so lost. And look what I had to do to be found. Right. If I could just show you what it looks like back there, it's pretty horrifying. You gotta ask yourself why none of those other men actually turned her on, made her wet, made her want to jump their bones. Why? Because they didn't flog themselves at home. Might have psyched themselves up just a little bit. But I strike the whip deep. I know what it takes to overcome my cowardice. I know what it takes to die and be reborn. That's why when I go to those cocktail parties, I don't have any doubt. When I was at home, if I sensed any doubt inside myself, and it just gets worse and worse and worse until it gets better and better and better. Because either you can't take the pain or you can. And you get to the point where you're like, feeling that doubt, whipping yourself for that doubt. And then you get to the point where you're just like, I don't got any more doubt. And then you're like, can I take another whip, another lash? And if you say no, then that's doubt. And you've got to lash yourself. But when you say, yeah, I could take another, and another, and another, then you're ready to go to the cocktail party and stand in the center of the room with zero doubt. Zero doubt. You know what a man like that's called? Tell me. He's called truth. Your truth. That's right. God, your truth. That's right. Any of those other men? No. Just you. And this is the woman that I took home. This is the woman who became my wife. And I will also tell you, every morning I wake up, before she wakes up, I see her beside me, in her perfect sleeping body, in her perfect lingerie. Nice and warm, a little bit of snore. And I go down into the basement. It's not one of those S&M dungeons, if that's what you're thinking, but I do have a special place, and I get out the whip, and I flog myself. Not because I'm into kink, I'm not. This is not about kink. This is about the coward inside. Do you think that coward just permanently left me that night when I found my beloved and we became betrothed? No. So don't pretend that you don't have to go through the same yourself, because you do. Now, people may misinterpret me and suggest that I'm suggesting something real macabre, such as you need to do what I am doing, and I'm not advocating that you do what I'm doing. Because maybe you're not such a coward. Maybe you're a stronger man than I am. But I'm strong enough to know that I am a coward, and that I have to beat myself in order to rise to the occasion to be the indomitable man that I am. Maybe you don't. Maybe you can just say a few words of affirmation each day. Maybe you don't even need that. Maybe you have a workout. Whatever it takes to overcome the internal coward. She didn't sign up for a coward. No, she signed up for the man she met that night. There's 20 other men. At least 25. She could have gone home with any of those men. But whatever it took to become dominant, they didn't do it. And now, my beloved runs her hands across my chest, and she kisses my back where the lashes are. She knows why I do it. She knows I do it for her. But she also knows that I do it for me first. Me first. Destroying the internal coward. I do that for me. Then for her. Then for you. That's right. Every day. Some days my back is so swollen. But by the end of the day, it's totally healed. And you must wonder why. And it's not because I've got a special ointment, or cream, or medicine, lotion, potion. Nothing like that. It's because I'm not what you think I am. I'm not what you think I am. It's because my lady loves me so much that my back is healed by her love. And you may think that that's utterly bizarre. How could that be? Well, my lady's not who you think she is either. Why do you even think you know what we are? Especially since we're so bizarre. You don't know. This whole time you pretend that you knew what I'm talking about. You're just making shit up about who you think that we are. We play this game because there's only one thing that could heal my back, and that's her radiance, drenching me, saturating me. Oh, baby, I love you. Every day. I love you. Multiple times throughout the day. I love you so much. My heart is yours. And that's what cures my back. But that radiance, that is a solve for me. That can only happen when I whip myself and kill the coward within. Then I'm so dominant that it releases her radiance, and her radiance cures my back. Go figure. It's crazy. And now you know why I might have a little bit of apprehension telling you who I am, and why it's more fitting for me to introduce myself as a neuroscientist, formerly a neuroscientist. Because what I've just shared with you is so esoteric, so clandestine. It's the secret that's right in front of your face, and it's utterly preposterous. It's figurative, and yet visceral. It's time for you to do the same. It's time for you to find your own method. It's time for you to find that closed loop, that biofeedback circuit between you and the feminine. What do you need to do for you? First, for you to wake up as truth. Do you need to whip yourself? Flog yourself? Probably not. That's a little extreme. But you do need to do something to overcome the coward inside you. And I'm talking to you, men. I'm not talking to women here. You, men, you're the leader here. You're the one who stands in the center of the cocktail party, in the center of the clock face. The clock face party. You're the one who looks at every hour on the clock face, and there's a woman there. But you'd never be at that party, never be on that clock, if you hadn't done what you needed to do to get there, and that had nothing to do with anyone else but you. Finding your truth, your purpose for being alive. And then you're going to be drenched by her radiance. Every woman will come to you, but you'll only pick the one who chooses you, who only understands that you have gone through death, not just to find her, but to find you. She understands that. She responds to that. She chooses that. Her whole physiology knows that you are truth, that she has to go home with you. And then she gives her greatest gift. The one she can't give to any other man but you. Because you died. And you died every day. And you kept dying throughout the day as long as you needed to die. Until you didn't have to die anymore. Until it was perfectly clear that you are death. And therefore, you are eternal.